Shalom Aleichem Torah Nala viewers. This is Rabbi Heshi Reichman with a short thought about our prayers in the morning, especially the Shemona Esrei, the major prayer of the day. In the first blessing of the Shemona Esrei, we begin with the famous words, Ad Hashem Sfosai Tiftoch Ufi Yagid Tilosecha. God, open my mouth, my lips, and let my mouth speak or sing your prayers, your praises. My dear friends, we have said many prayers before we came to the Shemona Esrei, and we know after we sing so much that, as we say in one of our psukim earlier in Tzugei Zimmer, God is more exalted than any blessing and any praise of which we can say. Whatever we say is a small token of what He really deserves. You and I only know our experience in the 4 cubits of our personal lives. But do we ever think about beyond our own experience? Beyond even the sun and the moon? Out in the stars and galaxies? We have no concept of what's going on over there. And how much praise to the Almighty who integrated this infinite number of worlds into a unified system, all of which supports human life. So the praise which He is deserving of, is beyond our ability to even come close to. So therefore we begin with David, with the prayer that David said in Tehillim. God, open my mouth, put into my mouth some words to somehow express your praise. And my dear friends, in the very first blessing of the Shemona Esrei is called the blessing of Magen Avraham, where we tell God, you are blessed, you are the God of our forefathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are the great, exalted God, high above, who does tremendous amount of generosity, who owns everything, remembers the charity of our forefathers and brings redemption to their children and children's children because of your exalted name with love. Almighty King, who helps and protects and shields, blessed are you, the shield of Avraham. Now this particular blessing, which focuses on Avraham, but does mention as well that God is the God of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, goes back to the very, very beginning of the Jewish people. And Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, our first 3 forefathers, they were the founders of our people. And they founded the people of Israel with prayer. Avraham is the inventor of prayer. He was the man who prayed for the people of Sodom, the most unworthy of humanity. And he was persistent in pressing and begging God to have some mercy on the people of Sodom. And he successfully succeeded in saving at least Lot and some of Lot's family in that terrible situation. And Avraham laid the foundation, not just of the people of Israel, but he taught us that in our relationship with the Almighty, prayer is at the core. We have an entree to Him. Granted, He is so exalted. Granted, He is way beyond our conception. Lo machshavosai machshavosechem, lo druchai dachechem num Hashem. God says, you cannot think like me. You cannot understand me. I'm beyond all human reasoning and grasp. So maybe we can't even talk to Him. And there were many philosophers in the ancient world, particularly Aristotle and the Greek philosophers, who thought that God was beyond approach. Man is doomed in a certain way to fate, to live this world the way it is, and he cannot change his fate. However, Avraham Avinu, followed by Yitzchak and by Yaakov, said that this was not correct. Despite this enormous gap between who God is and who we are, the Almighty lowers Himself and comes down to us to listen to our requests. And He lets us even climb that ladder to go up to Him, as Moshe climbed the mountain and went up to the sky to speak to God. Man and God do confront. Man and God do meet. And where do we meet? In prayer. When man opens his mouth in prayer, and woman opens her mouth in prayer, to sing God's praises, to request our requests, to thank Him for those blessings which He showers upon us. We have a meeting with Him. This is a rendezvous. This is a confrontation. This is an embrace between us and our beloved Creator Hashem. And the one who founded this concept of the prayerful people, the Amat Tefillah, was no other than the first Jew who walked this world, Avraham Avinu. And that's why we honor Avraham by giving him the name of this blessing. It's called Avos and Magen Avraham. It's the blessing of our forefathers who created the concept of prayer, who said man and God can meet and can talk to one another. We can shape our history by influencing God's way in which He deals with us. God and man walk in a partnership in this world, and man and woman have the ability to affect and to influence Hashem and how He deals with this world. We are not doomed to fate. We can change our fate. We can bring blessing into this world. And because Avraham Avinu was the one